on, Crazy Horse, you can do louder. Are you feeling all right? Are you ready for a show? Rightio then, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to cast your attention to the stage, please go wild, put your hands together for the Crazy Crew, the Crazy Horse Gang, Dusk in Scrooge.
A very good afternoon to you boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Crazy Horse Saloon and the Crazy Horse version of A Christmas Carol. I'm here to tell you the story.
And I'm here to pick my nose.
I'm Charles Dickens.
And I'm Dinky the Clown. Hey, wait a minute. You're not Charles Dickens.
I am honest.
No, you're not, because Charles Dickens, he was a 19th century novelist, a genius.
Oh, thank you very much. You're too kind.
But why should I believe you?
Because I know the story of A Christmas Carol like the back of my hand.
All right, then prove it.
Well, there's a small mole on my left thumb.
No. Don't tell us about your hand. Tell us the story.
Right, here we go. Marley was dead to begin with.
Pardon me?
That's how the story begins. Marley was dead to begin with.
Oh, it's a good beginning. It's creepy and kind of spooky.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Mr. Dickens.
Now, in life, old Marley had been the business partner of a young, shrewd moneylender by the name of Ebenezer Scrooge. You are going to meet Ebenezer Scrooge, folks, as he comes around that corner.
Where?
There.
When?
Here he comes, Ebenezer Scrooge.
Hey, isn't it getting cold around here?
Roar.
And there's nothing in nature that freezes your heart like years of being alone.
It takes you with indifference like a lady takes with rouge. And the worst of the worst,
Most hated and cursed.
the one that we call Scrooge.
Unkind as an
And a
enemy.
red from many. This is Ebenezer Scrooge. There goes Mr. Humbug.
There goes Mr. Green. If they got the prize for me, the winner would be him.
Old Scrooge loves his money cause he thinks it gives him power. If he became a favor, you can bet he would be sour.
There goes Mr. Skinflint. There goes Mr. Cruel.
The underhanded master of the underhanded thieves.
He charges folks a fortune for his dark and drafty houses.
Small folk lying in misery.
He must be so lonely. He must be so sad. He goes to extremes to convince us he's bad. He's really a victim of fear and of pride. Look close and there must be a sweet man inside. Now, there goes Mr. Skinflint. There goes Mr. Greed. He has no time for friends nor fun.
Don't ask him for a favor cause he's nasty, nasty creases.
No crust of bread for those in need. No cheese for the Reese's.
Our Scrooge liked the cold. He was hard and sharp as a flint, secret and self-contained, and as solitary as an oyster.
Mr. Heartless, there goes Mr. Cruel. He never gives, he only takes, he lets his hunger rule. If being mean is a way of life, he's practiced and rehearsed.
Then all that work has been on cause Scrooge is getting worse.
Every day, in every way, Scrooge is getting worse.
Humbug!
Oh, what an unpleasant fella.
Yes, he was a tight-fisted hand of the grindstone. He's a squeezing, wrenching, grasping, clutching, covetous old sin.
Let us deal with the eviction notices, Mr. Cratchit. But tomorrow's Christmas, sir.
Well, let us gift wrap them then. Then who should appear but Scrooge's only living relative, his nephew, Fred.
Merry Christmas, Uncle. God save you.
There, humbug.
Christmas a humbug? Sure you don't mean that.
I do. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
What right have you to be merry? You're poor enough.
What right have you to be sad? You're rich enough.
Humbug! Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas! If I could work my will, every idiot who goes about with Merry Christmas on his lips should be boiled in his own pudding and buried with a stake of holly through his heart.
Oh, Uncle, I say Christmas is a good time, and I say, God bless it.
Let me hear another sound from you, Bob Cratchit, and you'll celebrate your Christmas by being unemployed! Now, at this time of year, Christmas Eve, it was customary for well-meaning folk to come along to local businesses collecting donations. Here he comes.
Andy!
Who are you?
I'm from the Victoria Charity Foundation. We're here to collect donations if you wouldn't mind. Thank you very much.
Hello, this jolly old gentleman is Mr. Scrooge, and he's very generous to charities.
My dear nephew.
Oh, Mr. Scrooge, hello. We're here to collect for the poor and homeless this festive time of year.
Are there no prisons? No workhouses?
There's plenty of those.
Good. For a moment there I was worried.
Yes, as I said, this time of year we'd like to collect for the poor and homeless. How much should we put you down for then, Mr. Scrooge?
Nothing.
What, you wish to remain anonymous unknown then?
I wish to be left alone. I don't make merry myself at Christmas.
That's certainly not true.
And I can't afford to make idle people merry.
That's certainly true.
Haven't you got better things to do this afternoon, my dear nephew?
Sadly I do, Uncle, so I shall make my donation and leave you to make yours.
Thank you very much, sir.
Uncle, will you come and have Christmas dinner with me and Clara tomorrow?
Why ever did you get married?
Why? Because I fell in love.
That's the only thing sillier than a Merry Christmas.
It's no use, Uncle. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Merry Christmas, Bob.
Merry Christmas, sir. Now, Mr. Scrooge, what about this donation?
Now let me see, my taxes go to pay for the prisons and the workhouses, yes?
Yes, as I said before, there are plenty of those and some would rather die.
Then they had better do it and decrease the surplus population. The door is that way if you could show yourself out.
Excuse me, Mr. Scrooge, but it appears to be closing time.
You'll want all day tomorrow, I suppose.
If quite convenient, sir.
It is not convenient, and it's not fair. I suppose you must have the whole day. Be here all the earlier next morning.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Scrooge.
Humbug. No.
Scrooge once lived in chambers that belonged to his old business partner, Jacob Marley. It was a dank, dismal heap of brick on a dark, decaying street. Now, once again, I must remind you that Jacob Marley is lying rotting in his grave.
Oh, yuck.
Now, you've got to remember that, Dinky, because if you don't remember that, nothing that follows will seem wondrous and strange.
Why are you whispering?
It's for dramatic emphasis. Now, you explain to me, how did it happen that Scrooge, when he put the key in the lock of his door, he saw not the brass knocker, but the face of Jacob Marley?
Humbug.
Now, to say that Scrooge was not startled would be untrue. Still, the moment had passed, and now the world was how it should be. So he's made his way into his room, caring not a jot for the darkness within, because darkness was cheap, and he liked that. He settled himself down after locking the door, thus securing against surprise. He pulled up a chair and sat in front of the fire.
In life, I was your partner, Jacob Marley.
It looks like you, but I don't believe it.
Why doubt your senses?
Because the little thing affects them. A slight disorder of the stomach makes them cheat. You may be an undigested bit of beef, a blob of mustard, a crumb of cheese. Yes, there's more of gravy than of grave about you.
More of gravy than a grave? What a terrible pun. Where do you get these jokes?
Don't criticize me, Jacob. You've always criticized me.
Ah, but Scrooge. In life, well, we were partners. Just think. Marley and Scrooge. What a team. With Marley and Scrooge, avarice and greed, we took advantage of the poor, just ignored the need. We specialized in causing pain, spreading fear and doubt. And if you could not pay the rent, we simply threw you out. That was the year we evicted the entire orphanage.
Oh, yes. I remember all the little titles standing in the snowbanks with their frostbitten teddy bears.
With Marley and Scrooge, our hearts are painted black. We should have known our evil deeds would put us both in shackles, captive bound by double line, exhausted by the weight.
When freedom comes from giving love,
So prison comes with hate. With Marley and Scrooge, ooh, with Marley and Scrooge, ooh.
oh, but my friend, you were not unfeeling to your fellow men.
True, there was something about mankind I loved. I think it was the money. It's doomed, Scrooge. You're doomed for all time. Your future is a horror story written by your crimes. Your sports are chained by what you say and do. So have your fun when life is done. A nightmare waits for you.
My friend, you wear heavy chains. Tell me why.
You wear such a chain yourself. I wear mine through acts of greed.
Humbug. Speak comfort to me, Jacob.
I have none to give. You will be haunted by 3 spirits.
Haunted? But Jacob, I think I've already had enough of that.
Without their visit, Scrooge, you cannot hope to shun the path I tread. Expect the first when the bell tolls 1.
And with that, the spirit of Scrooge's former partner vanished, leaving him alone in his room.
Wow, this is scary stuff. Shouldn't we be worried about the children in the audience?
No, don't worry, this is culture.
Are you the spirit whose coming was foretold me?
I am the spirit of Christmas past.
What business has brought you here?
Your salvation. Take heed. Rise and walk with me.
As the words were spoken, they passed through the wall, and Scrooge found himself in an empty classroom.
It's my old schoolroom. I know it so well, Spirit. The desks and the smell of the chalk.
And he familiar too. A solitary child, neglected by his friends.
Good heavens, it's me. I was often alone. More time for reading and study, a time for solitude. Fanny! What's Fanny?
She cannot hear us. These are but shadows of things that have been. They can neither see nor hear us.
It's time to bring you home, dear brother. To bring you home, home, home.
Home, little fan.
Yes, home for good. Father is so much kinder than what he used to be. And you are to be a man and no longer return here.
Oh, you are quite a woman, little fan.
Come, Ebenezer.
Always a delicate creature, but she had a large heart.
So she had.
She died a woman and had a child, I think. Your nephew, Fred.
Yes.
Come, let us see another Christmas.
With that, Scrooge found himself on a city street, staring at a building he'd not seen in simply years.
Tell me, Ebenezer Scrooge, do you know this place?
No, I was apprenticed here. Why, it's old Fezziwig's. It's Fezziwig! Oh, bless his heart! What? Is Fezziwig alive again? Yo ho! Ebenezer! Dick! Everyone! Yo ho, my boys and girls. No work this evening. No, come on, let's clear away. Let's make lots of room.
So, Scrooge, a small matter to make these folks so happy. What is the matter, Scrooge?
I should just like to say a word or two to my clerk just now, that's all.
My time grows short. Quick.
Another year to our wedding, Ebenezer.
And it can't be helped, Belle. How can we marry now when we haven't even enough for a decent home? The investments haven't grown as they should.
Well, you said this last year.
Business continues to be poor.
But you're a partner in your own firm.
Just clearing expenses.
But you said partnership with your girl.
This is for you. I love you, Belle.
You did once, but your noble aspirations have fallen off one by one, until monster, passion, greed engrosses you. I release you. May you be happy in the life that you have chosen.
There'll be no more. Conduct me home. Why do you delight in torturing me?
I told you, these are but shadows of things that have been, that they are what they are. Do not blame me.
Leave me! Take me back! Haunt me no longer!
And with that, Scrooge was left alone and exhausted in his bedchamber. All he could do was wait for the clock to begin striking the hour. But as the nearby clock had finished chiming, nothing.
Come and know me better, man, for I am the ghost of Christmas present. Have you not known nothing like me before?
No, never!
Really? Over 1,800 of my brothers have been before me. Have you never seen how wonderful Christmas looks?
In all honesty, Spirit, no, I've never understood about Christmas.
Really, you never understood. Before this day is over, you will understand. And may I welcome you to Christmas morning!
Hey!
It's in the singing of the street corner choir.
Come and getting warm by the fire.
It's true.
Wherever you find love, it feels like Christmas.
Some happiness that we share with another.
As we read with a friend or a brother.
In all the places you find love, it feels like Christmas. It is the season of the heart, a special time of caring that makes it love most clear.
And it is the season of the spirits. The message gently hear it. He's making last all year. Special time of caring, the ways of love made clear. And it is the season of the spirit. That message, if we hear it, is making last all year.
It's in the singing of the street corner choir, going out and getting warm by the fire. It's true wherever you find love, it feels like Christmas. It's true wherever you find love, it feels like Christmas.
is my dear nephew Fred. Fred and his wife Clara.
He said that Christmas was a humbug. He believed it too.
Oh, more shame for him, Fred.
He's a comical fellow, and that's the truth.
Now, I'm sure he's very rich, Fred. At least you always tell me so.
And what good does it do him? He doesn't spend it on himself. I feel sorry for him.
I know, he takes it into his head to dislike us. And what's the consequences? He misses a good dinner.
Indeed, he misses a very good dinner. Come, let's raise a toast to Uncle Scrooge. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to the old fellow, wherever he may be.
Come, Mr. Scrooge, we have much to see.
Why have you brought me to this poor corner of town?
Well, it is Christmas here too, you know.
Perhaps it was the spirit's own generous nature and sympathy for all poor folk that led them here, to the home of Bob Cratchit, Scrooge's faithful clerk.
Look, Mr. Scrooge, Mrs. Cratchit is cooking Christmas dinner.
Mother, I thought you said we're not allowed to eat the chestnuts until Father and Jim came home.
I wasn't eating them. I was merely testing them to make sure they were not burned. It's a chef's thing, dear. And do not shout, Belinda.
Come on, son. Let's go see if Christmas dinner's ready yet. Oh, Merry Christmas, Belinda.
Daddy!
Belinda, time to set the table. Come ahead, come on. Chop, chop.
Oh, Merry Christmas, Emily.
Merry Christmas, Cratchit.
Oh, the Christmas dinner, the goose, the goose!
Oh, no, dear, you'll get too excited. You go and sit down there and have a rest. That's it. Oh. And how did little Tim behave?
Oh, as good as gold and bad. He told me that he hoped the people saw him in the church because he was a cripple, and it might be good for them to remember upon Christmas Day who made lame beggars walk and blind men see.
Remarkable child. And with that, the Cratchits raised a glass to celebrate Christmas and the coming of the new year. I pay Bob such a small amount.
Mr. Scrooge.
Bob?
It only seems right that I should lift a glass to my employer upon Christmas Day. I'll give you Mr. Scrooge, the founder of the feast.
The founder of the feast, indeed. If I had him here, I'd give him a piece of my mind to feast upon, and I hope he'd choke on it. Choke.
Oh, my dear, the children, Christmas Day.
Well, I suppose on this blessed day of Christmas, we should offer a toast to Mr. Scrooge. Even though he is an odious, stingy, wicked, and unfeeling, and badly dressed.
To the founder of the feast, Mr. Scrooge.
Yes, to Mr. Scrooge. You'll be very well and happy on this day, I've no doubt.
No doubt.
Cheers.
God blesses everyone.
Tell me, Spirit, will Tiny Tim live?
I see a seat in the corner. I see a crutch carefully preserved. If this seat remains, the child will surely die.
Oh no, kind Spirit, say he will be spared.
If he be like to die, he better do it. And decrease the surplus population! Come, our time grows short.
Are Spirit's life so short?
I do believe our time upon this globe is very brief. I believe it will end upon the strike of 12.
Now? But Spirit, you have meant so much to me. But nothing Scrooge could say or do could stop the relentless march of those dreadful bells. Oh, Spirit, don't leave me.
I think I must, in fact.
But, Spirit, you have meant so much to me. You have changed me.
I will now leave you with the ghost of Christmas yet to come.
The future, Spirit. Oh, must I?
Go forth and know him better, man.
Am I in the presence of the ghost of Christmas yet to come? Oh, Spirit, I fear you more than any spirit I have yet met.
This is too scary. I don't want to see anymore.
Yes, I think we possibly could be right. You're on your own, folks. We'll meet you at the finale. I am prepared to follow and learn with a thankful heart. Will you not speak to me, spirit? Oh yes, the night is waning fast. Lead on, spirit.
Here, I don't know much either way. I only know he's dead.
Oh, I thought he'd never die. What's he done with his money?
I don't know. I only know he ain't left it to me. Ooh, God blimey. Back from the house of sadness, I see.
Yeah, he should have died years ago, the old skinflint.
Anyway, what have you got for me, my dears?
Well, I've got these lovely curtains. Very fine damask.
Very cheap damask. Worth a few coins, though.
Well, I've got these blankets.
These blankets? Why, Mrs. Dilbert. Ooh, they're still warm. You don't get extra for the warmth, you know.
Well, you should, because it's the only warmth he ever had.
Well, all is I can say. He's worth a lot more to us dead than he ever was alive. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of all the people who've assembled here, I would merely like to mention, if I may, that our unanimous attitude is one of lasting gratitude for what our friend has done for us today. And therefore, I would merely like to say thank you very much, thank you very much. That's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me. I'll make some of the Dutch, but my delight is such. I feel as if the losing war's been won for me. And if I had a flag, I'd hang my flag out to add a sort of funny victory touch. But since I've left me flag at home, I simply have to say thank you very, very, very much. Thank you very, very, very much. Look it, I didn't do it. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me. It seems I saw the things the way they are. I feel as if another life's begun for me. And if I had a cannon, I would fire it to add a sort of celebration touch. But since I left me cannon at home, I simply have to say thank you very, 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 very much. Thank you very, very, very much. Thing that anyone's ever done for me. It isn't every day the fortune comes my way. I never thought the future would be fun for me.
Would you all be quiet? My baby's trying to sleep.
Begging your pardon, missus. And if I had a bugle, blow it to add a sort of how's your father touch. Well, hey. But since I left the bugle at home, I simply have to say thank you very, very, very. Thank you very, very, very much. For I'm a jolly good fellow. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's the nicest thing that anyone's ever done for me. The future makes me very much. In fact, it makes me very much. I feel as if the father should have sang for me. And if I had a drum, I'd have to bang it to add a sort of rumty-tumty touch. But since I left the drum at home, I simply have to say thank you very, very, very much. Thank you very, very, very much.
I understand, Spirit. The case of this unhappy man might be my own. Please, Spirit, show me some tenderness connected to this world.
You're crying. No, it's the colour. It hurts my eyes.
Not
Tiny Tim.
There now. It makes them weep by candlelight, and I wouldn't show weak eyes to your father when he comes home, not for the world.
He has been walking a little bit slower these past few evenings.
Yes, I have known him walk with Tiny Tim on his shoulders. Very fast indeed.
Hello, dear.
Oh, how is the churchyard?
Oh, it'll be lovely, Emily. It would have done you good to see how green it is. We picked a spot on the hill and you can see the ducks on the river.
Tiny Tim always loved feeding the ducks.
Oh, Spirit, must there be a Christmas with so much sadness? How can we endure it?
Oh, it'll be all right. Life's made up of meetings and pines. I'm sure we'll never forget Tiny Tim, nor this first pine among us.
Oh, Spirit, I must ask you one question. I fear to, but I must. Who was the wretched man whose death brought so much glee and happiness to others? Before I draw near to the stone to which you point, answer me one question. These events can be changed. A life can be made right. Oh no. Ebenezer Scrooge! Oh no, kind spirit! I am not the man I was! I will honor Christmas in my heart and try to keep it all the year! I will not shut out the lessons the spirits have taught me! Oh please, speak to me, spirit!
That's your duty to go back over there, and then after they've said that, please turn your team says God bless you. God bless you.
I'm home!
Yes, that's right. The room was his own, the chairs were his own, the table was his own.
Hi guys, we're back.
We promised we would be, but the thing that made Scrooge the happiest of them all was that his life lay before him, and the events he'd just witnessed could be changed.
Oh, Jacob Marley, heaven and Christmas time be praised for this. I say it on my knees, old Jacob, on my knees. I'm as light as a feather. I'm as happy as an angel. I'm as merry as a schoolboy. I'm as giddy as a drunken man. A Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone. I don't even know what day of the month it is. You boy, what day is it today?
Today? Why, it's Christmas Day.
Christmas Day! I haven't missed it. The spirits have done it all in one night. They can do anything they like. Of course they can. Of course they can. Hello, my fine fellow.
Hello.
Do you know the poultry shop at the middle of the next street?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
A remarkable boy, an intelligent boy. Do you know whether they sold the prize turkey that was hanging up there?
The one as big as me. No, it's still there.
What a delightful boy. Go and buy it.
Yeah, right.
No. Buy it for me, and I'll give you a shilling. No, I'll give you 5 shillings.
Well, hey, and the boy was off like a shot.
I'll bring it to Bob Cratchit's house. What a surprise it'll be. It's twice the size of Tiny Tim.
A few moments later, Scrooge emerged to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. As you can see, everyone is out and about this fine morning, including a very familiar face. Look at this. Frightening, isn't it?
Hi there, Mr. Scrooge.
Pardon me, sir. About the charity donation you asked me for yesterday.
Yes.
Would you put me down for...
Why, Mr. Scrooge? How much?
And not a penny less. There are many back payments than that, I can tell you.
Really? Well, I don't know what to say. Well, thank you very much. I would like to give you some sort of Christmas present, if that's possible, Mr. Scrooge. Here, have a Merry Christmas.
A gift? For me? Thank you. Thank you. Merry Christmas 50 times. Thank you.
Where's your turkey, Mr. Scrooge?
Follow me, my boy. Let's joy with a growing family. Every girl and boy will be nephew and niece to me. Nephew and niece to me. Bring love, hope, and peace to me.
treasure of a man. You simply count his friends. Stop and look around you. The glory that you see. Be with us every day. Grows better every day. How precious life can be.
Mr. Scrooge.
You, sir, were not at work today as we discussed.
But, sir, we did discuss it. You gave me the day off.
I? Ebenezer Scrooge? Would I do a thing like that?
Well, no. I mean, yes, but you did.
Oh, Bob Cratchit, I've had my fill of this.
And I've had my fill of you, Mr. Scrooge.
And therefore, Bob Cratchit.
And therefore, Mr. Scrooge, I want you out of my house.
And therefore, Bob Cratchit, I'm
And therefore, I want to raise your...
Yes, Bob. Raise your salary and pay your mortgage on your home.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Scrooge.
Bob Cratchit, would you and your family like to join us for a little turkey dinner this fine Christmas day?
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
And Scrooge did all this and more.
And Tiny Tim?
And Tiny Tim did not die!
Oh, isn't that great?
To Tiny Tim, Scrooge became like a second father, and he became as good as a master and as good as a gentleman as the good old city knew. And it was always said of him that he knew how to keep Christmas well. And ladies and gentlemen, may that truly be said of us all. And as Tiny Tim will now observe...
God bless us.
God bless us, everyone! Wide awake, I do make this promise every breath I take will be used now to sing your praise. Used now to sing your praise. Beg you to share my days. Beg you to share my days. A loving guarantee that even if we part, I will hold you close in a thankful heart. I will hold you close in a thankful
Gentlemen, please show your appreciation to the entire cast and crew of A Christmas Carol.
For the final time, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the cast of Scrooge Christmas Carol. Take a bow, guys, take a bow. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, for the final time, the cast of Scrooge. Brilliant stuff. Crazy Horse, did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy that? Brilliant stuff. Well, of course, the cast, we've got Dusk, we've got the Crazy Crew, we've got the Crazy Horse Gang. They'll be entertaining you throughout the week. And in fact, in around about half an hour's time,